Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Pagan Arsenal. As promised, we're going to be undestroying my Springfield M1A Socom 16. I built this thing up when I first got into firearms, and I threw all the cool guy gadgets on it that I could think of, and this thing is heavy as hell. And I'm going to be undoing all that. So there it is. Yeah, look at that monstrosity. Yeah. It's in a Troy chassis. It's got a big old scope on there, all the Magpul furniture. And I've got a 50-round drum for it hanging around somewhere. And I didn't bring that out to the shop today. I'm not going to worry about it. Now that you've seen just how badly I butchered that thing, let's reverse it. Okay, so I took the scope off there, and you can already see I've already taken some of the screws out. My battery on my GoPro died, but you know, took the scope off. I removed the magazine, made sure the thing was clear. You know, ain't nothing in there. So took a couple nuts and bolts out here, there, everywhere. I'm gonna take that top cover off there. You know what? It completely slipped my mind. This thing's an M14. Let's get this trigger out of there. Come on. Ah, there we go. Oh, this thing is gummed up to high hell. All right. We're gonna up. There we go. Yeah. Chuck that on over to the side of that. Now we have our bear rifle. So we're gonna dig through our box of parts here. We're gonna see just what all is going to be going where. The original stock. Got the top cover. Got that old thing. I got a bag of stuff. So there's that. Alright, so if I seem a little scatterbrained doing this, don't mind me. I haven't slept in a little while, and it's just me working on this crap. So I do all the editing and all the filming and all of this myself. And well, this is my first video. Give me a break. Alright, so we got everything torn down a little bit further, but we need to pull off this front assembly. This is our muzzle brake and our piston and all that goodness. Oh man. Oh, that needs to come off. Oh, nope, that has a pin. That's frustrating. There's always a pin. Everything needs to have a pin, right? Alright, there's an itty bitty little pin right there, right in there. Yeah, see if we can tap that out real quick without losing it. I don't have another one. Probably should, but I don't. Itty bitty little pin all the way down there. And if I lose it, I'm screwed. Oh, there that goes. See, look at that little thing. Look at that itty bitty little pin. If I'd lost that thing, I'd have been screwed. And this is why we double check everything. The more you know, kids. I apologize for my terrible lighting. I've got the one work light for right now. I'm slowly but surely getting everything together for a better shop. But, you know, everything costs money. Alright. Okay. Again, guys, I apologize for how scattered this is. And, you know, it's about 4 in the morning while I'm doing this. So, got my little 3/8 wrench. And, just gonna loosen that up with the wrench a little bit. And there is a spring back here. So we're going to try to keep everything nice and catch. Oh, no spring pressure right there. There we go. Muzzle's coming off now. Slowly but surely. Guys, this is just as much of a learning experience for me as it is for you. I have actually never taken this rifle apart. So, we'll go on this little journey together. Woo! Alright. Ooh, I should probably clean that up. All else fails, beat it with a hammer, right? Totally not the proper way to do this. Alright, so now I believe I can get this thing back into the stock and start putting it back together. Guys, I will reiterate, this is so not the proper way to do this thing. I'm just messing around exploring my rifle. Do not take my word as gospel, please. You'll probably mess up your rifle and blame me for it, and nobody needs that. Okay, so now that we've gotten this far, we've gotten the sight block on the rifle. I went ahead and put the spring for the rear sight into its mount. I'm still fiddling around with the components here to figure out exactly where all that needs to be aligned. But next, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the stock and put the top cover on, and we're going to assemble the front end of it, because this piece right here is a pain in the ass, and it actually locks everything together for this front end. Once we get that done, the only thing that we've got left to do is finish fiddling around with this rear sight. I'm totally going to have to re-zero this thing. That's unavoidable. But after that, it's rear sight, stick the trigger back in, and we're good to go. You stick this thing back in the stock by literally just setting it in there, slapping it in. I've got the polymer stock. I'm not too worried about marring that up. I'm not glass bedding this, like, ever. It's a battle rifle. I'm not looking for snooper rifle accuracy. But, go ahead and snap that on, and we will start assembling this front end of everything, which is a pain in the ass and a bane of my existence. Go and slide this on, and that looks about right. Now, I'd actually assembled this beforehand without this little spacer, and it looked all kinds of funky, and then I realized I've still got this spacer sitting in my box of parts, and that wasn't a good thing. And again, I apologize for my horrendous camera use, but I'm sure you will all live. And this poor little pin. A little pin that could. It'd be a little roll pin, just doing its job. Doing exactly what it's supposed to. And I would replace this thing, except I don't have a drawer of these things sitting around yet. It's in the works. They need to see me wrestling with that thing again. The little roll pin that could. That poor little thing. So, stick that back in there. That, I'm gonna thread the muzzle back on. And eventually I will do a test fire of this just to make sure that we didn't totally screw it up. But I don't have snap caps in 308 at the moment. And I haven't had an opportunity to load any dummy rounds for it. So we'll get there eventually. Slowly but surely my shop's coming together. Much more slowly than I'd like, but we're getting there. Oh, that's not good. There we go. All right. Now I put that little part in backwards. It's never a good thing to do. Always double check. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not a professional. I'm trying to be, but I'm not. This is my own firearm. I'm not insanely worried about any damages I do to it because it's mine. And yeah. So here we go. Here is the M1A Socom 16. Minus the trigger pack and the rear sight, but there's that so far. Okay, so let's get you guys set up here. I went ahead and I pressed my rear sight base in. And we're going to take our aperture. I'm going to slide that in. It's going to slide in there nice and easy. This is our elevation. This here is our windage. We're just going to slide those on through. Yeah, it's connecting there. Now, I'm going to set it down for 0 as far as I can. Come on. There we go. So that's 0. We're going to screw this in. There are 2 little screws, one here, one here. We're going to set those in until we can get everything joined together. Keep in mind, as I've said, I'm not a professional. I'm learning. So, basically what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to keep fiddling around with my rear sight aperture. There we go. Alright, so that is getting toward mechanical 0. Right there. Just gotta tighten that screw down. Alright. There we go. There we are. Gonna go ahead and get our trigger pack, slide back into this thing. Slide it in right there. Go on. All right. All right, there we go. Function check done. We have our demassacred Springfield M1A Socom 16. All right, guys, I know that was rough. Really, really rough. But I'm still figuring out this camera, figuring out how to work around a camera at all. Usually I just think of a project, come on out here, and I go. But I forgot to start documenting everything for you guys. So if you made it this far, clearly there's something you liked, and I did something right. So feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.